Cracking a joke may look like a casual job, but it is one of the most serious forms of art. If you're not funny, you're not funny. Today on the show, Stand Out with Pat, we take a look at the comedy industry. How is this industry thriving? And of course, we'll be celebrating a comedian in the Nigerian comic sector. Before we do that, let's go on a short break. And welcome back. The show is Stand Out with Pat, where we celebrate your uniqueness. When I say your uniqueness, we celebrate your brand, we celebrate your life, your journey, your failures, and everything that makes you unique. And today on the show, like I said earlier, we're taking a look at the comedy industry. And of course, we're focusing on one man. He is very funny. He is one of Nigeria's finest comedian. He is an event host. He's an MC. He's everything. And of course, he is a social media sensation. Our viewer. I have with me here, Hyenana. You can say MC Prince. Hello, bro.
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
I just discovered that you have a baritone. I like that.
Yes.
The way you said, how you doing?
No, the baritone usually lasts for 10 seconds. Later you begin to hear, you see her.
How you doing?
I'm very good.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I've followed you over time, and sometimes I wake up and I go on Instagram and I just stumble on some of your skits and the mood just switches, from that moment of probably you're down and then I'm laughing all over again. I want you to take us through your journey in the comedy sector. How has it been? How did you start?
Okay, comedy, it's all about jokes, yeah? But
Right.
my comedy history wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. I started back then in 2006, 2007.
That's about 10 years ago?
Way over 10 years, like 13 years now.
Right.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. It was so rough to an extent that I started in school right there at my under level.
Okay.
When you go to a school that they don't really support entertainment, all they just want to do is, if you're a medical student, face it. If you're an engineer, face it. You understand? I began to crack joke then in school, and people will look at me like, okay, does this guy really know what he wants for his life at all? You understand? People will disassociate themselves with you because they feel, okay, you're going to a zero direction in life. Right. And funny enough, I was even the deputy class rep there. Yeah,
Really?
I was a deputy class rep. I knew my GP at my under level, no jokes, it was like 4.75.
So you are still intelligent even if you were...
I was intelligent when I started.
Okay.
You understand? So 4.75, then the 200 level, it was as if they were, the economy affected me. You understand? 4.75, my under level was the best I've ever seen in the GP. Then it got to 4 point, got to 3 point. It became terrible because I was trying to balance academics
with the comedy work. Okay. So now, if you want to, assess your journey, what would you say you are grateful for, and what would you say that you still need to improve upon?
I would say I'm grateful for the people God has surrounded me with. You understand? Right there, back in school, I had 3 friends who believed in my dry jokes.
Who are they?
Okpeyemi, Wale, and Kola.
Shout out to 3 of you.
Yeah, they would always laugh to these drag jokes. They knew the jokes were not funny, but they just wanted to encourage me. So if I crack the joke in their presence, they would laugh. But anytime I go outside school to go and crack it, one should have for me. When they start throwing pure at you.
Oh my God.
And when I get back to school, they'll be like, man, I didn't know, how did it go? Hope you killed it. I said no, but there was a killing. They almost killed me. Yes, and so I'm grateful for the kind of friends, because the people you associate yourself with matters a lot.
Now, in the comedy industry, I noticed something. It's a lucrative career, and also I think it is oversaturated now. There are a lot of people who wants to do comedy and everything. So you go for a comedy concert, you hear a particular joke today, and then you hear that same joke by another comedian the next day. So how do you define your kind of comedy, or how would you define it? And how have you been able to, be unique with your kind of comedy so that it doesn't sound like repetition?
I am a spontaneous person. I like creating jokes any event I go to, so it looks fresh. You understand? I like the stance that if you invite me for an event, you bring me up for another event at the same venue, you're hearing something different. Creating new jokes are quite funny, but it wasn't funny when I started. It wasn't easy. You understand? And on the issue of people stealing your jokes, let them continue to steal. You are the source.
So is that stealing? Like when you crack a joke and then another comedian is cracking it, is that stealing in the industry? Okay.
It's stealing. But I work with Alibaba, been with him for 9 years now.
Right.
You understand? Their job is to steal. And let them just continue stealing. The source will never run dry. Huh?
Who is it there now?
Pardon?
You said their job is to steal.
Yeah, because so many comedians, their job is to steal. They are not original. Guess what? They are making more money. You understand? Because they take a joke from A, they take another one from B. So A has 5 jokes, B has 5 jokes. Now they have 10.
So that's like packaging, like some sort of revamping. It's
not packaging. Ole is Ole. You understand? It's not packaging. And the issue of oversaturation, I don't really get bothered about that. Your show is well known. Right. There are several shows. But why do people stick to your show? It's because of the unique content.
Originality.
Yes, I don't mind. Let's have 10 million comedians in Lagos. They don't have another me. I might not be the funniest, I might not be the driest, but they can't have another this guy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that confidence and that sense of ownership that you've been able to have with your brand. Now let's talk about the business of comedy. How productive is that industry? I know, of course, that the Nigerian entertainment industry is growing, and it has really contributed to the economy for quite a while now. So has comedy been productive for you? Have you made money? How has it changed your life?
Yeah, I would say comedy, if you're good at it, is very, very productive. And it's so productive to an extent that the FRS people, they smile to comedians. Okay. You understand? Because the way we don't expect a monthly pay, right. A job could come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. A job could come 3 times in a month. And when you sum up the money, I'm sure some bankers will chew when you're talking. You understand? It's quite lucrative as long as you're good at what you do. Very, very lucrative. They could have, do you know how many birthdays we have in Lagos, in Nigeria? How many weddings we have in Nigeria? How many corporate functions we have in Nigeria? So comedy, you would work as long as you're good. You work and they would pay you well. I'm sorry to boast about it though, but the money a banker makes in a year, a comedian can make it in a month.
Depending on their clientele.
Yeah. The comedian can make it in a month. And if you get a good job, probably you have to be a brand influencer or whatever, right. You can make it in a week or 2 weeks.
Good. So are you rich?
I would say I'm comfortable.
Okay, so there is still room for more.
Yes, so.
You are twist.
Yeah.
Now, bro, let's talk about social media now. How has social media helped your brand grow?
When it comes to social media, that's when they say, my helper, oh, my helper. I've always been funny. Nobody believed in me except for the likes of Alibaba, Tejube Face, and few clients, a few event planners like T-Soul and all that. But when social media came, I was able to express myself on that platform very, very well. Because it was so bad to understand that Nigerians only celebrate the container and not the content. I went for a job.
How would you explain that?
Okay, I went for a job interview. Okay. They called my protege for the interview. They called me separately, and he had like 5,000 followers. The mentor, had like 1,007 followers. Guess who got the job? My protege. They judged my career based on my social media. And when it was time for him to do the event, he started calling me. When he saw several white people, what should I do? What should I say? Because that kind of event, you can't say get as one boy. They won't, the joke is funny, but they won't understand. You understand? So when I felt like, okay, since Nigeria don't celebrate content again, and I have content, let me add a little packaging to the container itself. So social media has helped my brand. And the beauty of social media, you post a video today, someone in US sees it in the next few seconds. You understand? It takes you out there. I've done several videos that would break the internet, like the toll gate the tollgate video, like the video when the actor was a female Hyenana.
Yes.
Several videos like that.
Quite a lot.
Those videos, I have fans in UK, US that they do video call with me till date. I've never been there before.
So you've never been where?
I've never been to US. I've not been to UK.
Right.
But if someone is making a video call with me, I can tell you that, oh, this is that part of Texas. Oh, because several video calls from different people.
Okay.
You understand? So it's really, social media really helped me. It's still helping me.
And let's talk about, you know, your content now. I know that you are creative. How do you derive, you know, your content? What keeps you excited? How do you find your passion, you know, for talking, for packaging those content? What are the things that you look out for? What experiences shapes your perception about what people want to hear or see per time?
The ingredients to make up the content, right?
Right.
Nigerians are very, very funny. Nigerians are very funny. If you act as if you know, they would downgrade you, especially those evil Twitter people. they would, and they think that the people that are degrading you, you've not seen them in real life before, but they're just there watching you.
A lot.
If you act as if you don't know, but you're trying, they will uplift you. You understand? Example, one of the best content creators online now, with the real Femi. You will never see Femi back. Femi is always humble. So because of that, he's humble. They'll be reposting his videos. But the day you do as if you arrive, they would kill you. So the way I create my content is everything around me. There's always something funny about the fan in front of you, the chair you're sitting on, about the fridge, about the microwave. There's always funny. So by the time I look at the fridge for like 30 seconds, I don't get anything. I'll keep on looking at it for like 5 minutes. A joke will come out. A joke will come out. Something will talk to you. Something that people have never seen before will click.
So you just kind of connect with both living and non-living things.
You just have to connect with them. You have to connect with your environment.
Wow.
So, and that's how I get my jokes.
Good. Yeah, so when I look at the comedy industry, sometimes I'm seeing some sort of cultism. I don't know if I can use that word. Like a clique, like hierarchy. I don't know, does that exist or is it just my imagination? Because I feel that for you to arrive or for you to rise, you must have some mentor, some godfather. Like you said, Ali Baba is, you know, has been mentoring you. So is that the trend? You know, for you to thrive in this industry and come out and say, yes, I am a comedian, for you to establish a platform, do you have to know some big comedian and serve them?
You really don't have to know anybody. The only reason why you're choosing a mentor is probably because the party at which you want to get to in life, that man is already on the rail already. So instead of you making the same mistake he made, so you just get to be a protege, ask different questions, see the way he does his things, so you won't make that mistake that is waiting ahead of you. You don't need any mentor. You don't need to form any. But yes, there are cliques in the industry. We have clique in the industry. The only reason why I started working with Ali Baba is simply because I found a little bit of myself in him, and I wanted to improve on that part of me. That was why I started working with Ali Baba. Not for the jobs. It's not like it's really giving me jobs. He's trying on his own part. You understand? So there are different, several cliques. Okay, now does Brother Shaggy have a clique? Does Elenu, Lasisi Elenu have a clique? No. But they just did their stuff. They rose to A-list immediately.
Right.
Sorry, and when I started, there was a certain comedian at an event like 11 years back. I can see his picture right now in my face. I said, good afternoon, sir. I'm a big fan. And I'm a colleague of yours. I used the word colleague. He said, colleague, what do you mean colleague? I said, I'm a comedian, sir. He said, so you're a comedian, doesn't mean you're my colleague?
Wow.
Just say you're upcoming, so you don't say you're my colleague. That's very, very rude.
That's not fair.
That is not fair. You understand? It is not. And now that same person, he doesn't have my followers. He doesn't have my event. If it doesn't, so they are clique. But you don't have to join any clique. You understand? You don't have to join. Just do your thing. One day, grace will find you.
Well, I love that. I love that. Do you think one day grace will find you? We're talking comedy business on the show Stand Out with Pat, and I have with me Hyenana MC Prince in the studio. We'll go on a short break and I'll be back. Stay tuned. let's talk about relationships and, association and working, collaboration in the industry. Who have you worked with, and who are the A-list that have worked with you?
I've worked with Jerry. Well, the first person I worked with was Wamilele. Wamilele has relocated to US now. I worked with Wamilele for a while. Worked with Jerry. I worked with Teju Babyface. Yeah, and I worked with, I'm still working with Alibaba.
Good.
You understand? I'm still working with Alibaba. So those are those people that have really, really helped me. And for the A-list that are already there, that work with me, Kenny Black. Kenny Black at some point worked with me. Nedu.
Right.
Nedu,
yes.
Nedu worked with me. The likes of Extreme. Extreme is a great wedding MC.
Right.
Extreme worked with me. At some point, then D1, the Big Brother D1,
right.
They were my younger colleagues. They even stayed in my place at some point.
Right.
You understand?
Wait, D1 is the one that says this is Big Brother, the voiceover in Big Brother.
No, that's not D1.
Okay.
D1. That probably you're talking about SLK.
Oh,
SLK,
that's SLK.
Ima, oh my God.
Okay.
They were my younger colleagues, but these guys blew before me. Imagine the frustration I went through, the depression. It got to an extent that there was a day I cried in Alibaba's office because I was so depressed. Why would people work with me? Why would my younger colleagues, several of them, that called me a boss, and they rose to the top, and me, the boss, I refused to write, I refused to blow. The contents were there, but the followers weren't there, the jobs weren't coming. I was poor. You understand? I was so poor because people would go for those that are popular. Then while I was crying, water was coming out. Alibaba said, "Why are you crying?" When I explained to him, he started laughing. Then he said, "Why are you greedy?" I said, "How am I greedy, sir? And why are you laughing?" Because my guy is my boss, my father. "Why are you laughing? It's not funny, sir." He said, "You're greedy because Kenny Black blew at his own time. Nedu blew at his own time. Mention names, they blew at their own time. And you want to blow in their time? Do you want to blow their blow? So you want to blow their blow so that they will not blow Abi? Why are you doing that?" And he said, "Wait for your own blow. Wait for your time. Your time would come." When he said your time would come, that would eat me that, okay, to everything on earth, there's an appointed time. I was now waiting for my time. Because my time seemed like it was using stopwatch, as if it wasn't moving at all. I was now waiting for my time. Then I went to AY Live. When I got to AY Live, I saw this particular TV. They were asking people questions. I would say it, I went to meet MTV Base, interview me. Why? They just sidelined me. So when they were interviewing me, one artist walked past, a popular celebrity. They stopped my interview. They now told that guy to come. Then I had to step back a little. They interviewed me again. Till they did not play that interview. I was there. That particular TV, when I was saying that, "Mona help me, I won't blow. Make una interview me." I was telling all this because Alibaba will tell us, whenever you go to a red carpet, answer questions intellectually. Let people see how intelligent you are. That's what gives you the client. I don't they do intellectual. Intellectual won't kill me. So when I got to a wildlife that day, they asked me, the TV said, "Okay, come, let us ask you a question. What's the female Hyenana called?" I didn't know the answer. I knew these people wanted content.
That interview.
Yeah. So they said, I felt, okay, if I got it right, they wouldn't show it. And I don't know the answer. You don't know the right answer. I was so dull that time, I didn't even know the wrong answer. it was that bad. Then I said, they know female Hyenana is like Hyenana. Because Hyenana is a cat family. I said rubbish.
Right.
Rubbish, like my child said it. That is the end of father and child relationship. When I said that, and the guy just laughed and all that.
I think I saw that video.
Yeah, and the next day when they dropped the video, so just wait for your time. If you're watching me, wait for your time. Keep on doing what you're doing. You understand? Your fame, your money, your glory would find you. Continue. One day your fame, your glory, your wealth will find you. I said rubbish. I said the wrong answer, and that was where the glory was. You understand? The next day when they showed the video, that particular TV, when they put it online, this guy answered, "Was the female Hyenana?" And he said Hyenana. They showed the clip itself. That clip gave me, people were now searching, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who is that guy? People from Ghana, people from Sierra Leone, people from UK, people from US. That video was everywhere.
Shrinking.
They had never seen someone that dull in their life before. They never knew he was a comedian. You understand? The video was everywhere. And I didn't like the name Hyenana when people were calling me Hyenana. But I noticed that if I drop another video or if any other house drops a video about me, people say, that's Hyenana guy. I told several people, I'm not Hyenana, I'm MC Prince. Well, I got tired. Yeah, so that was how I adopted the name. Hyenana. So it wasn't easy.
So you're now MC Hyenana?
No, it's just Hyenana, Mr. Hyenana.
Mr. Hyenana.
Yeah.
Good.
So
now tell us about your annual comedy concert, because I know it's a thing for comedians to have their annual concert. You know, from there you guys can have your 2 million table and table for 10 million naira and everything. Yours is funny enough. Am I right?
Funny enough. Funny.
So when did you start the first one, and how was the experience like for you?
The first one was at the Dome, Lekki Admiralty. That was 2017. It was very, very nice. The place was filled up.
Really?
Filled up to the brim. Because
was it? Because you were trending. Yeah, okay. You made it free.
Yes, because it was free. I'm coming out.
Good.
So because it was, that name Hyenana just came out at that point. Yes, and people wanted to see that guy. They wanted to see that guy. So I made it free. Let them come and see him. They should now know that it's not just a social media sensation. It's actually an event host, a comedian.
Right.
You understand? So I made it free just to bring myself out. And 2018, last year, I did the second edition, funny enough, with Hyenana at the Muson Center.
Right.
The event was crazy. It was awesome because since the name is Hyenana, it's an animal name. So I made it a jungle-themed event. Okay. Where the waiters, they're not wearing slippers, they dress like Tambolina.
Wow.
And the bouncers were dressed like Tarzan. My event was the first event that they would share gari and fish. There was no rice. So people
gari and fish?
Yeah. People
were drinking gari?
People that bought iTable were fighting for gari and fish and pami.
Wow.
Yes, we had it on the table.
That must have been very fun.
On the stage, I had dogs on the stage.
Live dogs?
That made it look like...
I hope it's not Ali Baba's dog, because he said he has like these big dogs in his house.
No, those ones are not dogs again.
So what kind of dogs did you use?
They are werewolves now.
Werewolves on stage?
Those are werewolves.
So were they chained?
Yeah, they're chained now. They're chained. They're pets, you understand? I can't really hurt. So I brought them on stage. But this year, because I was actually working on some other projects, one thing comedians don't understand is that you don't have to do your show every year. Do your show based on the content you have. If you're an artist, you don't have to say, because I did it three times in a row, I have to do it this year. You can do it the fourth time and disgrace yourself totally. You can do it the fourth time as a comedian without zero content, then you spoil the work you've created for 3 years. Yes, and this year now, I have jokes, but the kind of jokes I have, do I want to portray my image and that? When you see me, when you see my show, they will come for it because they know it will be quality. So we'll do it next year. This I want to use the money and pay house rents. I want to have bought car. You can't buy my kind of car and still do show. I bought car, sent my younger sister abroad. Yes, and so for now,
really good.
I'm not doing any show this year. I'm not.
Now let's talk about your... Okay, you're having your next show next year, right?
Next year, it's going to be crazy. Then I use a hotel on my son.
Oh, shit.
If I use a hotel, it will be room 104.
I think that's a trend. Once you use I heard it, I don't know how far it's true, that once you use a particular venue for your event, then you have entered a particular circus. Is that true?
Yeah, it could be true based on Nigerians. They celebrate container. You understand? Because they think if you use that certain biggest ore, that means you're trying to put your pedigree to the level of the ore. You understand? It doesn't have to be. But because you're trying to package, you understand? You're not doing it there. After the event, you are now poor because you use all your money to collect that event center. If you're good, you are good. My sister, if your TV show is only shown on phone, people will subscribe to watch. If it's only shown on a terrestrial channel, people would, because of you, buy antenna. If it's cable, people will, because of you, subscribe. If you're good, people, I can do my show at the Keja. I can do it at Shagamu. The fan base is there.
So there is no pressure.
If you
just
love
do
me,
there
come.
is no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Just do you and just stick with your originality. You heard it all from Hyenana. He's on the show Stand Out with Pat. We'll go on a short break. When I come back, he's going to answer more questions and then we'll call it a day on the show. Hyenana, your story is quite inspiring, and I really, I am impressed, by your journey and the things you've been through. And I really want to thank you for being open enough to share how you started, because I think that is one lapse in this generation. A lot of people are afraid to come out and speak their truth, like talk about how they started, their struggles and everything. Like you just talked about how you made audience pay for a table at your concert and then drink curry and fish. It's not what you see every day, because on the social space, a lot of people fake it. You see someone who doesn't even have a car, come on social media, go and post beside, another person's car just to make an impression. So let's talk about the topic, the issue of originality in this age and time. How would you advise that, everyone, individuals or comedians or youth, stay true to their, calling and their purpose with no intention to fake it?
Yeah, I think so many people have lost it. If you're there watching me right now, you have a talent, please, you are you. You can never, no matter how hard you try, you can never be Davido. You can never be Kevin Hart. You can never be Alibaba. You can never, ever in your life become a basket mouth. You understand? Because if you try to be them, you just lost you. You just lost you. Because God did not create you twice. He created just one you. You understand? And if you don't discover you, you have just deprived my country of watching that beautiful you, experiencing that you that God has created. You understand? So don't ever try to become anybody. Work on your craft. See, you don't have to start at 10. You don't have to start at 10 or 50. Start at that 0. Appreciate that 0. Move to 1. When you get to 1, celebrate your 1. Know that you're still going to 50. But let everything be step by step, precept by precept.
Right. Precept by precept, steps by steps. Celebrate your imperfections, celebrate your successes when they come, and of course, celebrate your failures. And Hyenana, before you leave today on the show, is there anything that you're still gunning for? What are you looking forward to?
Presently, they said jack of all trades, master of none. But I decided that I would master everything. Right. I'm a radio presenter, I'm a comedian, MC, I'm a co-host to Alibaba on the show, and also an Instagram sensation, a brand influencer, you understand? So presently, my hands are very, very full.
Okay.
Very, very full. So I don't intend to add anything. I wanted to start acting. In fact, I told Omnionio Boli that, please put me in any movie. I want to be unique in film. I don't want to be actor. I don't want to be boss. I want to die.
You just want to have a role.
No, I want to die in every film.
Why?
No, it's unique. No, imagine my film start now. Small time. People go to say, look, I'm going to go soon die, Bah, I die.
And then you just die.
You understand? When people go to have how much will you take to die in my film?
Oh.
That is the truth. Because if I'm searching for lead role, that is too many people. If I'm searching to be boss, too many people. So let me just create something unique for myself.
So, when you die, you have to probably shoot that part where you have to be in a coffin. Are you not scared of that? Because me, when I see a coffin, I am more scared of seeing a coffin than actually dying.
See, we will not use coffin.
Okay, so you don't let them put you in the coffin.
My dad is not the coffin die.
Okay.
My dad just can't eat him die. Thief shoot him die.
Okay, poop. That's it.
So when they are encouraging actors, you understand? Be an actor like the best actor. Be an artist like Justin Bieber. Die like Hyenana.
Be an artist like Justin Bieber. Die like Hyenana in the movies. So are you going to go into movies then? No. I'm looking forward to it. I would like to see that.
I wanted to, but I gave my movie career crest. So for now, I'm not.
I think we're going to stop at that. It's been a wonderful time having you on the show. I don't want to go into that topic, but you've been awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is the Standout Signature Cup. It's yours. We give it to all the guests that come on the show, and I hope you continue to stand out in your world. We celebrate you. And of course, this is my first book, Life of a Media Girl. It's about women in the media industry, and of course, celebrating women in spotlight. And I kind of shared one or two things about the media and the entertainment industry. So it should be useful for you.
Thank you so much.
I'll look out for your review.
Yeah, I won't take this for granted. Thank you so much. And I would make sure I try to read, because the only book I've ever read was Facebook that I completed. Yes, I'll try to read this and spread the good news. And for the cup, my Bible says my cup shall run over. Definitely, I will take this. There's a guy that usually comes to my house to steal cup. Chima, he's a church member. Uji cup will be in common. So, but I will hide this particular one from. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome, bro. Thank you for being a part of the show. It's been a wonderful moment on the show. I've had with me Hyenana, Nigeria's finest comedian. He said so much about his experience in the comedy industry, and I hope you've learned one or two things about, coming into the entertainment industry and pursuing, the comedy art. Now, like I said earlier, comedy could look like some casual job, but it is a serious job, because if you're not funny, you are not funny. And on that note, I want to say a big thanks to you for being a part of the show. Do join us again same time next week for another beautiful edition of the show, Stand Out with Pat. Bye for now.